Hello everyone. The topics to be discussed today are Cantor's theory of assertive discipline and Dracor's classroom management theory. Cantor's theory of assertive discipline. This theory is proposed by Lee Cantor with his wife Marilyn Cantor. Lee Cantor was born in 1947. He attended California State University, where he met his wife, Marilyn. He and his wife aspired to help teachers and students. In 1976, Lee Cantor, a former teacher, published a book called Assertive Discipline, a take-charge approach for today's educator, with his wife Marilyn. This book was the beginning of an educational philosophy that was the most popular discipline system in the US for the next 2 decades. Assertive discipline is based on the idea that teachers and students have the right to teach and learn in a calm environment that is free and disruption and misbehavior. Assertive discipline emphasizes the role of the teacher. The teacher is supposed to be assertive and take full control of the classroom. He or she does that by setting up specific behavior rules as well as the positive and negative consequences that would result from students listening to or breaking the rules. These rules and consequences are known and understood by the students. Assertive discipline allows teachers to handle discipline problems with minimal disruption to the lesson. Lee Cantor developed a classroom plan with an assertive discipline approach that would help teachers be consistent with behavioral expectations and provides appropriate consequences for students' behavior. Assertive discipline equals a high level of teacher control. The teacher controls the classroom with a positive but firm approach. This approach focuses on catching students being good. There are 5 steps for teachers using the assertive discipline plan. 1. Teachers must recognize they can and do have an effect on behavior in the classroom. 2. Teachers should learn to have an assertive response style. It is the most effective. 3. Teachers should develop discipline plans that contain good rules and clear consequences. 4. Teachers should provide students with instruction concerning their discipline plans. 5. Teachers should provide students with instruction on how to behave appropriately. The 4 components of an assertive discipline plan. 1. Establish a set of rules that are fair, firm, and consistent. 2. Determine consequences ahead of time for those who follow the rules. 3. Determine the consequences ahead of time for those who do not follow the rules. 4. Teachers then need to know how they will implement the plan. Assertive discipline plan. Teachers can introduce discipline plan like any other plan. They need to explain their reasons for the rules. They need to teach the rules and check for understanding. Teachers need to provide supportive feedback for following or not following the rules. Teachers need continue to check for understanding. Next, we move to Draker's classroom management theory. Who is Rudolf Draker? Rudolf Draker, born February 8, 1897 in Vienna, Austria, and died on May 25, 1972 in Chicago, Illinois, US. Austrian-born American psychiatrist and educator who developed the Austrian psychologist Alfred Adler's system of individual psychology into a pragmatic method for understanding the purposes of reprehensible behavior in children and for stimulating cooperative behavior without punishment or reward. What is Draker's model? Think about the ways of you have been disciplined in the past. Were you physically punished? Did you lose privilege, such as being grounded or placed in timeout? Which did you think was the most effective? Draker's model of social discipline is a method for addressing behavior issues that takes a strong stance on this issue. Rudolf Draker's theory is based on the notion that everyone wants to fit in. This principle is strongly related to the field of social psychology, which focuses on the influence of society of human behavior. In short, Draker's blamed inappropriate or problem behavior in the classroom on the students' inability to fit in. According to this model, punishment is largely ineffective. Instead, Draker's model of social discipline in the classroom focuses on consequences and encouragement as the keys to effective discipline. Draker's principal teaching. Almost all students have a compelling desire to feel they are a valued member of the class, that they belong. Students sense belonging when the teacher and others give them attention and respect, involve them in activities, and do not mistreat them. When students are unable to gain a sense of belonging in the class, they often turn to the mistaken goals of attention, power, revenge, and inadequacy. Next, Draker's four goals of misbehavior. First, gain attention. Second, gain power and control. Third, gain revenge. Fourth, display feeling of inadequacy. If a student fails to gain social status by gaining attention, they move on to trying to gain power and control. Failure at each successive level ultimately ends with feelings of inadequacy. How to combat the four goals of misbehavior? First, gain attention. Ignore the attention seeking and use positive reinforcement when positive behavior is shown. Distract the student by offering alternate actions or choices e.g., please could you hand out the books? Next, gain power and control. Focus on all the good behavior in the class, while ignoring the attempt to gain power. On no account should you engage in a battle for power. Bill Rogers, the behavior expert, calls this the black dot, white square approach. Third, gain revenge. Remember that the student is trying to gain a sense of belonging, and this revenge seeking is a masked attempt to gain it. Away from other students, let the student know that you are about them and their education, that despite their actions, you want to be best for them. And the last, display feelings of inadequacy. At this stage, the students has given up on themselves. This stage will manifest in the form of not doing homework, not participating, etc. Students at this stage should be shown how to recognize small successes and achievements. Showing an interest in them and their work will always help slowly bring a student out of this stage. Okay, thank you. That's enough for presentation today. See you. Bye-bye.